Namaste. Welcome to Yoga for the Rest of Us. Today I would like to work on going through the classic sun salutation, which is actually one of my favorite sun salutations. However, before we start flowing through the poses, I am going to break it up and walk us through each of the poses that going to making up the whole sun salutation sequence. So once again, welcome to Yoga for the Rest of Us. At some other point in time, I'll tell you why I came up with this with the name Yoga for the Rest of Us and what is kind of the story behind it. But for now, let's look at the various poses that go in to make the sun salutation classic version. Before we begin, let's bring our hands together, palms together at heart center, here in the middle, and just bow down. Take a few seconds or a minute and set the intention. My intention for today is to keep practicing, because some days you don't feel like getting on your mat and doing what you need to do for yourself. You still need to do it regardless. So that's my intention for the day, to continue with my practice and to reap the benefits of the yoga that I will be doing today. Before I break up the poses, I'm going to demonstrate one round of sun salutation, which is the classic version. There's actually three versions of the sun salutation. There is sun salutation A, then there is B, which is a slightly longer one, which incorporates the warrior 1 and 2 poses, and then there is the classic sun salutation, which is what I'm going to demonstrate today. So for this, you begin at the kind of at the top of the mat. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back. Break that up. To begin with, we begin in Tadasana. Tadasana or mountain pose. Place your arms by your sides, shoulders wide, slightly back, away from your ears, your spine straight, and engage your muscles. Engage the muscles in your thighs or quadriceps, and stand tall with your muscles active. This is Tadasana or mountain pose. So we begin with Tadasanas, and then we go into Talasana, which is your feet together, hands over your head. That's Talasana. From Talasana, we bring our palms together and fold down into Uttanasana, or you're also welcome to go from Talasana, fold down into Uttanasana or forward fold. From here, if you notice, I took a short stretch and went into a halfway lift. or Ardha Uttanasana. In Ardha Uttanasana, your back remains flat. You can keep your feet flat on your hands flat on your shin, or you can have your fingertips touch the mat in front of you to the sides of your toes, and your gaze should be forward. From here, come back into Uttanasana, where your head, the crown of your head is towards the ground. Now from here, I step back, making sure that my knee does not go over my toes. It stays in a straight line. Then I open my shoulders away from my ears and my chest wide open. Now from this low lunge, I drop my knee. I can keep my toes tucked for support and balance, or I can place my foot flat with the top of my feet or my foot flat on the ground. This is a low lunge. From here, I bring my gaze upwards and lift my hands over my head with a slight back bend in my back and come into Anjaneyasana, which not only stretches your quads but also gives you a back bend, strengthens your spine, improves your balance, and your gaze should be upwards. From here, the next pose is I tuck my toes, my left foot meets the right foot, and I bring my body parallel to the ground in Chaturanga Dandasana, which is four-limbed staff pose. So my hands are on the mat, my toes are on the mat, and my body is parallel. So your body shouldn't be like this or like this. You should be balancing and holding with your core. Now from here, from Chaturanga Dandasana, there is a modification where you can drop your 8 limbs and make 8 points of contact with the ground before you come back into Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. So the 8 points are: you drop your knees, your toes, drop your chest, your arms by your sides below your shoulders, and you drop your chin. So from here, you slide forward with your hands below your shoulders, right close to your body, and lift up gently. This is Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. Here, body bends backward slightly and your gaze goes upwards if it allows you. Now from here, I tuck my toes. Then I lift up on my hands, lift my hip and come back on my feet into downward facing dog. So this pose is called downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. So this is downward facing dog. From here, I lift my right leg high up again and bring it gently in between my hands. Now once you're here, adjust your foot first so that your knee doesn't go over the toes. And then drop your left foot, adjust your leg or your foot again if you need to. Keep your toes tucked or rest on the top of your foot, left foot. And here, resting on the fingertips, open your chest, shoulders back, and come back again into Anjaneyasana, which if you remembered, by lifting your hands over your head engaging your muscles, engaging your core, and bringing a gentle back bend into your spine. And I can see the planes overhead that are making so much noise. Just at the time when I want to explain the yoga poses to you. From here, bring your hands back down, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the ground, and bring your left foot to meet the right foot, folding forward in, do you remember, Uttanasana, or forward fold, with the crown of your head towards the ground. You can bend your knees if you need to. You don't lock your knees straight. Always have a micro bend in your knees, or bend them as much as you need to access the pose. If you like, you can also get a block in front of you, or one block on each side, so that you can place your palms on the blocks and make contact with the ground. Look down. Uttanasana. Come up into Talasana. Talasana. With your hands over your head. Bring your palms together into Anjali Mudra, which is Anjali Mudra. And gently place your feet little less than hip width apart and come back into Tadasana or mountain pose. I hope that broke down the poses for you a little bit more clearly, so that the next time you move into them and you hear them, you will be able to follow along more effectively. And let's do that one more time. Let's flow through the classic salutation one more time. If you've noticed, a lot of the yoga sequences, they begin with a few rounds of sun salutation. You know, which sun salutation you flow through depends on the teacher and the sequence and the intensity of the sequence. But for me, I usually prefer the classic sun salutation because it gives me a mix of stretches, it's gentle, and it also builds strength. Okay, let's go again. Tadasana, Tadasana, Talasana, Uttanasana, Anjaneyasana, Chaturanga Dandasana. Now, moving forward here is what you would call the vinyasa. When you don't do the 8-point knee down variation, but go through your vinyasa. From Chaturanga Dandasana, you slide forward, go down on your hands, and touch the ground, slide forward, and then come up with your with your abdomen slightly off the ground, and this is upward facing dog, or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. From here, touch your toes, come back into downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, leg lifts up, and now you know what this is. Come into Anjaneyasana again. Toes, Uttanasana, Talasana, Samasthiti, Tadasana. Suryanamaskar literally means paying your respects to the sun. Sun salutations used to be traditionally performed early in the morning. However, in this day and age, we are rushed and pressed for time. Review the steps in the sun salutation and use your sun salutation practice as a full body warm-up before any strenuous exercise or yoga sequence. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this video.